Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So thanks for joining us this week for this week's Hadith Weekly.
What we wanted to do this week is find something that really hit home with students, and we got to thinking, what's one of the biggest things in college? And as cliche as it sounds, we thought that college is really a time where we discover ourselves and pretty much find out who we're going to be for the rest of our lives. And one of the biggest things affecting this is who our friends are. And this actually leads us to our hadith for this week, which is...
So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu narrated that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "A man is upon the religion of his friend, so let one of you look at whom he befriends." So now religion can mean a way of life. So one way to look at this hadith is that we are who our friends are.
Exactly, and we wanted an example for this, but where better to turn than the Prophet ﷺ himself. An example that he gives us is, first he begins with a good friend, and he says that a good friend is like a perfume maker. Now, if we go and visit this friend, we see all types of good outcomes coming from this. First, we might buy some perfume from the person, or second, the person might just give us some perfume as a gift, or even if none of this happens and we're just simply visiting the friend, at least we'll come out, with the good smell of perfume. Now, the other example that the Prophet provides is that of a bad friend, and he compares this to a blacksmith. And a blacksmith, if we go to him, we see all these types of bad outcomes coming from it. We might get our clothes burned, or we'll come out smelling like charred metal, which is definitely not a good smell.
So from this, we see at the very least, just being in the presence of someone can affect who we are. Like for example, let's say there's this kid who has a really bad fashion sense, and he's always wearing these like two-toned hipster glasses. Like, come on, like who seriously does that? And as you start spending time with this person, you too, in turn, will start having this bad fashion sense.
Anyway, what's the takeaway from this week?
So what we see, the plan of action is really simple. What we have to do is simply reflect on the people we spend time with. Are they a positive influence on our lives, making us better people, or are they a negative influence on our lives, making us stagnant or hindering our growth as an individual, a human being, and most importantly, as a Muslim?
So, Jazakallah khairan for joining us this week, and we really hope to see you next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.